Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to find a rolling average in Excel that you can look at if you're looking to find the average over the last 7 days, 14 days, whatever it might be. And this is a great formula if you're looking for dynamic numbers, like if you have sales data rolling in every day. This formula will serve you in that it's going to pull those last 7 days or whatever it is that you're looking for. So it can be very useful for a couple different circumstances. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you how to go about approaching how to do this. So what we're going to do, our formula that we're going to do is going to be its average ifs. So we're just going to type that in, then we hit tab, and it's going to kind of generate for us kind of the prompt here. And because we're looking at an average range, the range that we want to look at is the sales data. So we're just going to go ahead and select that column and then do an absolute cell reference here. And then we're going to do comma. So it's looking for criteria range, and because we're looking at just basically dates, we're just going to want to look at this date column here, column D, so we'll just select all of that. And now we have column D selected, so we just add absolute cell reference there as well. We'll hit another column, and now it's going to ask for our criteria 1. So now, as we want to do quotation marks, and then we want a less than and quotation marks. So, and then we're going to do and today. So what this is going to do is going to take anything prior to today, and that's going to be one of the ends of our average range. So now we're going to hit another comma, and then again we need the criteria range, which again is going to be those dates. So absolute reference. Now we want to find our criteria 2. So now we need to figure out, okay, we have the most current end of the range, which is less than today. So it would be, if it's today's 9/2 or 9/3. It's going to be taking yesterday. So what we need to do here is we found the most current. Now we want to find the one that is the other end of that range. So we want to do greater than or equal to and today. Then we hit tab and it will kind of auto generate for us. And it's going to give us 30,000 on average. So we can go ahead and just kind of double check that here. And it will give us, if we look at it, 30,000. So what actually happened is because my clock actually just passed midnight, so it's a new day. So it's only pulling these 6 days. So let's go ahead and adjust this date because we're going to just do it before yesterday. So now let's look at the 7 days prior to that, and that comes out to an average of 30,415. And as you can see, it matches the 30,415. And what you saw happen there is as we added a new date, it updated our average. So that's something was good about this dynamic formula, is if you were to add a new day on the bottom, it's just going to automatically update, so you always have the rolling average. Well, let's say we want to do a 14-day average. Let's just go through that exercise again. So we're going to do average ifs. Hit a tab. Our average range, again, is just going to be our sales data there. And then we'll do a comma. And now it wants our criteria range, which again are just dates. And so we want to do our absolute cell reference. So again, what we want to do is our quotation marks, less than, quotation marks, and today. So again, that gives us one end of our range, and we're going to add the other here. So we're going to do that date, comma, and then our criteria 2, we're just going to kind of do the same thing, quotation marks, and we want to do greater than or equal to, quotation marks, and today. So what this again is saying is it wants to do anything greater than equal to today, but we want it to be, if we do minus 14, that would be 14 days ago. Close parentheses, we'll hit enter. Now it's giving us the 33,000. So let's go ahead and check that. And sure enough, that 33,132 matches what we have for the last 14 days. So that again gives us our average there. Something you'd want to do if you wanted to do, let's say, include the day, like today, for example, you could do, instead of just doing less than, you could do less than or equal to. And then let's say, again, we're going to add our 9/3/2025. And let's say our sales for that day were 100,000, which is going to be really huge. So you can see our average went up from the 30,000 up to 39,000 because it is pulling in that day. And we can look at what our average is over those last 7 days inclusive of today. So before we were excluding today and doing the days before, the 7 days before. A way to look at it is today hasn't maybe concluded yet, and so those numbers aren't readily available. So it's kind of maybe a little easier to look at data before. But as you can see, this, again, the purpose of this formula is to be dynamic and capture new data as it rolls in, which we can see is functioning there. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete that, and it will kind of go back down to our average before that. I'm going to get rid of the equals to just to get it back to where we wanted it. So anyways, let's say another exercise we can go through here is, let's say we want to not find last week, but the week prior to last week. And what we can do is, again, just the same thing, average ifs, we'll hit tab there. Our range, again, is going to be the same thing. It's our sales data. Our criteria range is going to be the same thing as well. So we'll just cell reference that. And then again, we're going to do is less than and today. But if we want it the week before, we need to set it so that the most current end of the date is 7 days prior. So we have to do the -7, and then we'll do that same thing again where we select the average dates, and then we will go ahead and find our other criteria here is we're going to do greater than or equal to and today. And then for 2 weeks ago, we want to do -14. So we'll hit enter there, and it's going to give us 38,850. So we can go, again, it's giving us 35,850. So what we want to do is look at this week. So as we look at that, we can see it matches a 35,850. So again, if you're wanting to track, hey, how does our sales this week compare to our average days of sales last week, this is a great way to do that. You can capture kind of that, again, dynamic nature of this formula, which I've used this for some things, some projects, and it's been a great help in providing insight into those numbers. So hopefully this helps you. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe to the Excel Guy. Thanks and have a great day.